Baltimore, Texas, Atlanta, West End, and
Pratt
Pratt City, all that good. Gate City and all that.
Loma Village.
Okay, Joe, I know. And as I always do it on the Joe Lockett Show, good morning. Ohio gozaimasu.皆さんよろしくお願いします。こちらは、Joe Lockett さんです。皆さんお元気で気をつけてね。And of course,
wait.
Somebody gonna come through the door. I mean, you just send some assaulters to come and attack us, Joy, or assassins or something.
That make me take my weave off or something.
I didn't do all that. And I'm feeling kind of good today. And so when the doctor come in, I may be doing a giveaway, y'all. We may be doing a giveaway.
We love giveaway.
I know, right? All right. So y'all stay locked in the middle. I know you got some crazy going on in the picture drummer thing.
Are 2 years apart and have been best friends all of our lives. We went to the same college, we pledged the same sorority, and we even majored in the same field of work of nursing. I have 2 children and my sister has 3. We have shared in the upbringing of our children and always accepted each other's advice. Our kids were raised in church and deeply involved in the community. Although our children are grown now, this practice has continued. Here's my problem. My niece is beautiful and intelligent, but lacks street sense. During her second year in college, she got pregnant by a guy she was just kicking it with, that's her words, and had a bouncing baby boy. My sister was devastated, but I assured her that my niece's life and education would continue, and I pitched in to help her family financially and with the care of my new great-nephew. To our surprise, my niece announced that she was pregnant again during her graduation ceremony. Whoa. And shortly after had a daughter. Unfortunately, this baby's father was another short-term boyfriend. My niece had another daughter 3 years later.
Wait, she didn't take birth control education?
Once again by a boyfriend she broke up with before her daughter was born. Yes, this is 3 children and 3 baby daddies. I continue to help my sister, my niece, and her 3 children in any way that I could. The drama with me and my sister started last month when her daughter, once again, announced that she was pregnant with her new live-in boyfriend.
Wow.
When my sister and I discussed this issue, I expressed my disappointment in my niece's action and feel that she's embarrassing our family with this behavior. My sister told me that I was unfairly judging her daughter, and my disappointment shows that I never really loved my niece and her kids. This is far from the truth, but my sister is telling other family members this and has refused to speak to me. What should I do?
Girl, go on and keep your money. Let her keep on like that kid.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So first thing I gotta say is wow.
Yeah.
So her situation is very complicated and layered. So before I share this advice with Pat, please know, guys in the studio and our audience, I'm gonna stay away from the big religious response from those that sit high and holy and go, oh, she just sin in her way and that's just a sin. You know, we say that, particularly in the black church, that it's a sin since the sin is the act, not the baby. That's the result of the sin.
That's the MELVA TATE right there.
That's right. So let's get away from that.
She do need to sin a little less.
and secondly, I was a teenage mom. And I married when I had my son. So no judgment on my part whatsoever.
Okay.
However, I will say, I got married and it took me a whole 9 years later before I had my second child. So there's a big difference there. So Pat, I would agree with you that your niece is being quite irresponsible. Let's be realistic. 4 babies, by 4 men, and no husband in sight. No one has put a ring on it, and her chances of finding someone to put a ring on it,
slim to none.
Slim to none.
She's spending her time at the child support.
That's right.
That ain't man code.
So you may need to allow sufficient time to pass for your sister's feelings to heal. That's really all she can do before trying to rebuild that relationship. Your sister may be feeling the same thing, honestly, or know that others in your circle of family and friends are talking about your daughter's behavior. She's just hurt that it came from you. If possible, continue to try to do things for the grandkids and include them in activities. In reality, these children are the ones who suffer the most because of their parents' behavior. They didn't ask to be here, and they deserve to be loved. And this is a tough subject. This could be a love-hate debate. This can be a community forum. Of course, Joe, you know I had to Google some info.
I see.
That's
You got all this paperwork again.
That's right.
What you got?
41% of the births that occurred last year were to out-of-wedlock mothers.
Wow.
41%. 41%.
Wow.
But here's the even more disturbing number.
Okay.
72% of births in the African American community were to unwed mothers.
Okay.
And that was only compared to 53% in Hispanic community and 29% in the non-Hispanic or white community.
Wow.
So that is pretty much, it is an epidemic, particularly in our community.
Right.
So I don't want to make light of it. I know that it's a challenge, not only to Pat and her family,
exactly,
but a lot of families that's out there.
But here's the deal. I feel like a lot of times if a person is in the situation, if they make the mother responsible for the child, trust and believe you won't have another one. Because raising a good kid, they're expensive and they're time consuming.
Exactly.
So that's why all I had my one. That's birth control.
Yes.
You know, Melva, I got to say, girl, again, every week you just bring it. You just bring it. And of course, if you want to reach our girl Melva Tate and get that Fix Your Drama, you got to go to Joe Lockett Show at gmail.com. Fix your drama and make sure y'all title it Melva Tate, because she takes all these letters personally, and she does read all y'all letters, so we do appreciate all the participation.
And remind them that the guys who write in, we call them Steve. The women who write in, we call them Pat, to make sure that we can give them some confidentiality in their issues.
And that was the Melva idea, because I was going to call y'all out on air.
And then I never get any letters, right?
I know, right? And if you guys want to call into the show as we're going on through the day, it's 941-1011 or 866-551-9933.
It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.